Hi, Lynn Tucker Carnivore here, and I've got an update for you. It's 304 days. I'm recording this at 3:04 in the afternoon, and I gotta tell you, I'm happy, I'm energetic, I'm getting things done. I'm really happy about the food that I eat, and I don't want to change it. But, there's always a but. I've been talking to a friend of mine, and she got me thinking. There are not a lot of carnivores out here that are in our boat.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
And that boat is, you're already thin and you want to get healthier. First of all, it's very difficult to talk to people that are heavier when they look at you like, what do you need to lose weight for? Well, I don't. I want to be healthy. I want to live longer. I want my brain to work. I want to look good in clothes. I want to feel better. I put my osteo vest on, which means it's a vest with a lot of weights on it, and it has the extra 20 pounds that I lost. And let me tell you, it's happy to walk around like that. I try to do some exercise with it on, and it's, how did I ever walk around with this much extra weight? Well, there's that, and I'm also helping a friend. My friend is older than I am, and she's thinner than I am, and she also happens to be in the same situation as Kent Carnivore Lee. And so I watched that video that Kent Carnivore Lee and Dr. Barry did about his situation and how he's dealing with it and how he really took the experiment of fiber and fruits and grains, and it showed up right there where he could see how it was digested or wasn't, and how meat wasn't the residue that all the others were. So I thought for sure I had to share that with her, because I would imagine, and again, I don't know what these people are going through, but I would imagine if you watch something like that with someone clearly sharing what exactly you're going through, you'd feel like, wow, somebody understands what I have to deal with. So it turned out a great thing to share. And she's very much into starting carnivore. She went out, she did the preparation work of getting some of the things she knew she would want to eat that she could. And her husband was extraordinarily supportive and making all the meat for her and really into helping the situation so she could give it a good college try. And she is going to go for 30 days and see what she feels like. But her big concern was, Lynn, I can't afford to lose any more weight. And all the information that I've seen on TV and YouTube channels saying, you don't have to worry about that. You'll lose to a certain point, you get a set point for your system, and maybe 2 or 3 pounds here or there is all you'll vary. So I told her that in good faith. And then I started thinking, Lynn, if you go outside and do some yard work and you aren't interested in eating, you end up going down further than you thought you would too. Yes, I bounce right back up if I eat my 3 meals a day and I even have Dr. Kiltz's ice cream every once in a while. And that also had a little extra benefit, which was not so beneficial. And that was, I found out, like Dr. Chafee says, a little bit too much fat, that equals loose stools. So I had to cut back on that, and I have to find that happy medium. But that's a benefit in a certain way, because carnivore allows you to be your own scientist, really. And right there, you're shown, this is what you should have. This is the protein level you're good at. This is the fat level you're not so good at. Or this one, add a little butter in if you need to. And you've got everything you need right in front of you right away. It's not like you're waiting for a blood test to tell you if you're okay. You know. And how wonderful is that? To have that knowledge right there for us, right able to grab and understand what I need to do for tomorrow. So, my experiment is adding more eggs. I figure, what can I do? I can add carbs. I don't think so. Because wouldn't that confuse my system? People are always saying, well, just carb cycle. I don't know. I used to help people with dogs and they're making their dog food, and I'd say when they're transitioning, have a kibble day and then have a carnivore day when you're making their food, if you can't afford to do everyday carnivore, because they digest at different rates. Well, isn't that like carbs and ketones? And it might confuse their digestive system because of that different rate. Well, isn't that what we're doing? Confusing our guys in the boiler room when you're throwing carbs one minute and then you're throwing ketones the next, and your brain's all jazzed about the ketones, and then your stomach is like, what are you doing to me? Now do I have to learn how to go back to carbs again? So I didn't think that was a good idea. So the eggs, I thought, let's do that. Instead of 2 eggs in the morning, I'll have 4. And then I'll have the meat with them. I'll make it in bacon fat like I usually do. And it's either a ground turkey or a ground beef or the leftover steak that I might not have been able to finish the night before. So there's that. I can't eat a lot of fat because it's too close to the gristle on meat. So generally when we have our New York steaks, I cut the little backs off and I try to taste the very end where it's real fat. And that's good. But I've had to cut back on the butter that I used to have on my board for dinner, and because of the little bit too much fat. So that's that experiment. Then I also last night had a really, really good different dinner, and I wanted to tell you about that too. We took a pork tenderloin and we cut it up into little chunks, and we put it in the air fryer for, I think it was 8 minutes at 400. And oh my gosh, it reminded me of those bowls, you know, with the sticky white rice, and then you put teriyaki sauce on top of the meat that tastes just wonderful because it's got the crust, but it's got the smooth stuff on the inside. My brain remembered the teriyaki sauce and the white rice, but I only ate the pork, and it was delicious. Now, if you don't have an air fryer, I'm thinking it would be even more incredible if you fried it in a frying pan with butter. You know what I'm saying? Because you would get that same crusty feeling too on the outside that gives you the crunch, and then the really good meat on the inside. So we tried that. The duck eggs, like I said before, we had a friend of ours that's a source that has some ducks. And so I said, I've never tried those before and I'd really like to. So we did that, and here's my take on duck eggs. They are creamier, they taste a little better, their yolks are bigger, and boy, do you have to crack that egg hard in order to get it open. So I'm thinking there's a lot more collagen in the shell because of it. So I'm saving those eggshells to grind up really finely for my dog food, and I think that's going to help them out better too. There's that. And then I also found some things I can't eat that are still on our list of things that you can, and that is cheese. Now, I heard that block cheese is better than, first of all, any sliced cheese or any grated cheese or any shredded cheese, because it has that coating on it that helps them to not stick next to each other. Well, even the sharp cheddar and even my lovely Swiss was not doing so well with my skin. So it didn't really matter as far as weight loss, but it mattered as far as skin. And it was pretty prevalent that if I ate it, like the next day, I would start having little blotches. I know this because in my yesteryear of selling products on a television channel, there was a wonderful product called a Flocksite mirror. And it was a magnifying mirror. And it was wonderful for helping you put your makeup on. But it also made you a closet cosmetologist, because you knew what needed to be removed on your face and you knew how to do the surgery. But you don't. And it's bad and you shouldn't. But it does help you put on your makeup a lot better. Which leads me to my next subject, and that is the makeup subject. Well, Carrie Mann and his wife Jen have been discussing the fact of, do men like women wearing makeup or not? Do they love the natural look, or would they rather have some definition, or they really love makeup? I have to let everybody know that if you have blonde hair, which not too many people do anymore, if you don't wear any eye makeup, you look like an albino. I mean, you have no eyebrows. You basically have no eyelashes. And if you're a person like me that even wears, like I said before, children's glasses, you have no eyes. So you really have to put something there in order to say, hey, that's what those things are. They're two eyes. So I hope that helps solve some of the mystery for blonde people with regard to men liking makeup or not. That's my bonus question. As far as the makeup is concerned, what do you think people should do? And if you're blonde, are you in the same situation with no eyebrows when you wake up in the morning? Let me know. Other than that, 304, that's my number today, and I'm doing great. Ribeye Ranger and I want to give you our best. We also, at the very end here, would like you to say a little prayer for our friend Lee Copus, who's in the hospital and really in a lot of pain today because he was goofing around yesterday showing off. And he could use a prayer too about making his surgery heal faster and getting back to doing what he loves best. So thanks for doing that. Hope you have a wonderful, as Bella says, meat-filled day, and keep going on carnivore. Keep planting those carnivore seeds. Keep giving people the information that can help them heal, because humanity needs to heal. I'll see you on my next video.